Hi everyone, so welcome back to Design with Karthik and welcome back to Basics of Typography. So in my previous video you might have seen how to choose the right typeface, and this video you are going to see one important point which as a designer everyone should know before font pairing, which is nothing but contrast. So come on, let's get started. So coming back to basics of typography, so the person who is following this course right from the starting will be very much familiar with this slide. So far we have covered this basic section and we have moved on to how to session, and in the last video we have seen how to choose right typeface. And this session, it is not about how to pair font, but before knowing how to pair font, we need to know one important factor in any design, which is nothing but contrast. So that is what we are going to see now. Contrast in typography. So what is contrast? Okay, so if you see in the left hand side, you can see a two small circles which is of similar pattern. Okay, one is same as that of others. So if imagine there are hundreds of similar kind of similar circles in hundreds of similar circles, it will be definitely boring. But at the same time, if you see on the right hand side, there is something which differentiate one circle from another. It might be a color, it might be a form. Okay, sorry, it is not form, the other one is fill, and here it is only stroke. So there is something different in this factor. Okay, one is definitely not same as that of other. Okay, so first one is definitely boring, second one is not so boring. So there is some amount of contrast is there in this same in this second circle. Okay, same, that is the case 1 and this is the case 2. So what you see in this case 2 is again the left hand side is boring, but if you see the right hand side, there is ample amount of contrast with the help of size. Okay, if you see one circle and another circle, it is definitely bigger, and that creates some dynamic effect. Imagine a small boy and a tall girl, or imagine a small girl and tall boy, whatever it is, there is a ample amount of dynamism hidden in this. Okay, so that itself create a contrast, and that itself drives our eye towards this bigger circle. Imagine the slide is fully filled with a small circle, and once circle is alone a bigger circle, then our eyes will be definitely going towards the bigger circle, because that creates some amount of contrast. Okay, so that creates some amount of dynamism to our design. So that is the second case. Okay, so first case, it is something different, here it is more dynamic. And third thing, okay, so here if you see, it is completely different. Okay, if you see, this is circle and this is square, the entire form of the shape itself is different, and that creates some interesting feel. It gives an interesting feel to a design. So these are the three cases, and this is what contrast is. So first case what we have seen is contrast in weight. Okay, so one is boring and not so boring. It is not, I will not say that contrast in weights is as a greater thing. Okay, it is okay, it instead of becoming boring, it will be a not so boring kind of thing. So what is contrast in weight? For example, if you see, main text 1 is a regular thing, main text 2 is a medium thing, and main text 3 is the main text another 3, sorry, it is 2, and the third one is a bold thing. Okay, so definitely instead of going everything with the same what do you call pattern means same weight. If you are using entire every design element in every design for typography is filled with the same weight, then there is absolutely no contrast, and that it become a boring. This I don't say it is a greater thing, but it creates some amount of contrast. The contrast in weight is automatically there. So if you go with a regular thing and go for a bold thing, there is a great amount of contrast, which itself make a design to look neat. Okay, so that is what contrast in weight is. But one point if you should remember while creating a contrast in weight, one thing is, don't use regular thing with the medium thing. Okay, regular is one font weight and medium is second font weight, but those two doesn't gel well because the font weight is very light and that doesn't create a great amount of contrast. Okay, go for a light and a bold, or even regular and bold, that itself work well. Okay, so this is one form of creating a contrast, which is contrast in weight. And next thing is contrast in size. Absolutely, contrast in size create a dynamic effect to a design. You no need to do anything in font pairing. Just if you are able to get this contrast in size right, then you are free to design a social media post, a Facebook ad, or anything. Okay, because contrast in size plays a major role in a online ads. Let it be a Facebook ads or LinkedIn ads, any ads, let it be, contrast in size is very important thing. With the thumb stopping design, that is what they call it, thumb stopping design or scroll stopping design, whatever fancy word they call it, all works on one factor, that is contrast in size. Okay, so what is contrast in size? So it is very simple. If a main text is of one size, then subtext should be a second size and third paragraph should be another size. Very simple. Okay, even if you are having a social media post where for example you consider for a caption like finance for non-finance people. Okay, so this is actually one caption, but still in this finance for non-finance people, you can play with the contrast in size. For example, finance is a main word, so that can be of a one size, and for the non-finance people can be of other size. Of course it creates a contrast, and definitely if you are having a one line or if you are having a call to action, that can be of different size. Okay, so if you are able to get this one right, then it is definitely great improvement. It will be a great improvement in design. Okay, so there is one standard rule, and also one point should be noted when you are going for a what do you call, when you are going for this contrast in size, when you are going for, if you are using a light font for a heading, there will be no problem. If you are going for a light font for a subtext, there will be a problem, but still the text will be readable. But same, if you are going for a light font for a paragraph, then there is definitely a chance that it may be not readable. Especially if you are going for a print design, then avoid using light font for paragraph. So in that case, we need to go for contrast in size and weight. The first two things are picked up together and used it. Okay, generally contrast in weight alone, most people will be not using it until and unless in a caption kind of thing. For example, finance for non-finance people, there you can go for just contrast in weight alone. Finance alone can be in bold and non-finance people can be in a normal thing, so that there is some contrast, there is a contrast in weight. Okay, but generally contrast in size and weight both work together. Okay, so that is what, if you see, this is what the earlier slide, how this can be replaced. It main text can be of light because it is big, so it is light, that is not. Subtext can be of it can be a medium or it can be a regular kind of thing, but paragraph text, it should be definitely a medium thing, it cannot be lesser than that, so that all the three things is light. And at the same time in size, there is a rough cut logic. If your paragraph text is X, then your subtext should be at least 1.5 times greater than the paragraph text is, and the main text should be at least 4x times than the paragraph text. So this is the major thumb rule. If you are able to get this one right, you can design a landing page, you can design a social media post, anything you can design, your design will be definitely elevated to a next level. So you don't want to worry about font pairing at all. You just stick on to one font and play with this contrast in size and contrast in weight alone. Definitely your design will be elevated to a next level. So this is a greatest thumb rule. If your paragraph text is X, then go for 1.5 times the X of your subtext and 4x times of your X for a main headline. Okay, so this is what this create a dynamic effect. Of course, if you see here, this there is nothing, this is just a template thing, but still there is some kind of dynamism in this thing. Okay, so that is what. And coming on to third thing, contrast in font. So this, there is a lengthy thing. Okay, so here it is what the font pairing comes into picture. Okay, so if you're going for you can combine sans serif font and serif font, but there are certain fonts which work well, certain font which doesn't work well. So there are some greater thumb rule to combine which two fonts. So that all will be covering in a later videos. But this is the third type of contrast, which is contrast in font classifications. Okay. And similarly, another example is sans serif font and script font definitely work well. If you see, if you just see this basics of typography, this just there is a contrast in size and weight. Okay. The basics of it is a smaller size, so I have used a medium, and typography it is a bigger size, I have used a lighter thing, but both are same both are single font. So that is why, that is what. So font, contrast in font will be definitely covered in detail in a font pairing session. Okay. And next thing, there is one more thing which most of the people will be not aware, or there is a common myth that it should not be used, okay, which is contrast in shape, which nothing but contrast with the full caps and small caps, okay, and there is a all caps and small caps, okay. So for example, you can combine caps and small caps, it definitely looks good. Only point is, only thing which you should avoid is avoid using caps for a paragraph text, okay. And even in paragraph, if you want to highlight any particular word, then definitely go for using caps letter, that will be not any issue, okay. But there is a common myth which I have personally heard from so many designers, so many seniors, so many persons, that avoid caps in your design. It is like the caps is hitting on the face. Definitely not. For social media post or a Facebook ad, definitely a font has to hit the face. If a person has to stop for a minute, see our ad, then definitely there are some element which has to hit the face. But that hitting the face should be a design element. It should be like a wow, okay, there is something to it, I'll go and click on it. Why a person has to click on the ad? We are not able to, if we are not giving any kind of that wow factor to the design. Definitely the wow factor is very important, okay. So it is nothing that you can and you must, no sorry, I can't say you must, you can use caps for your design. There is not anything wrong with using caps in a design. And see here, main text I have used cap, subtext it is a normal thing, okay. And here the main text it is small caps, and subtext it is a full caps. So definitely both the thing can be tried out, okay, both works well. Okay. And finally, a best practice in contrast is putting them all together. So that is what we will see in this font pairing session, how we are combining contrast in size, contrast in weight, contrast in font, and contrast in shape, everything putting all together in this font pairing session, okay. Definitely we have seen contrast and size and weight always work well together. Even with the one font, you can play with the size and weight and still make a design looks great. And same thing in that thing itself, we are going to cover contrast in font also, how to combine sans serif font and serif font with the help of size and shape, size and weight methodology. So there is so much creativity is required. There are some thumb rules which definitely looks great. Even if you see so many LinkedIn carousels, sorry, not LinkedIn, Instagram carousels, if you see, there are so many pages which are saying 5 best font pairing or 10 best font pairing or whatever it is. And even if you see, if you are a frequent user of Canva, they have given a preset template of font pairing thing also. So those all looks great. They have used these two fonts work well. But what I am going to cover is how, which category of font. For example, sans serif light and serif medium works well. So I am going to deal in such a way. So let's see how it works great in font, how it's worked great in this by putting them all together. Okay, so do remember, just to sum it up: contrast in size, contrast in weight, contrast in font, and contrast in shape. If you put all them together, then your design will be definitely a wow design, okay.